Very hard. I love drama. What's the drama that I did? Somebody gotta tell me. What's the drama? All I know is I went to bed and I woke up and my life changed.
Something happened to Tamar Braxton that night, and what she revealed next sent shockwaves through social media. The R&B star posted photos of herself bloodied and bruised, claiming she almost died, but the story that followed has everyone questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. What started as concern for Tamar's well-being quickly turned into accusations of manipulation, family betrayals, and a pattern of behavior that has her loved ones reportedly considering drastic measures. The drama involves mysterious accidents, alleged affairs, explosive family secrets, and claims that everything might be one elaborate publicity stunt. Tamar woke up that Sunday morning in what she described as a pool of her own blood. The singer revealed she almost died following the near-death encounter, which saw her found by a friend with a fractured nose, missing teeth, and injuries so severe she could barely walk or speak. The photos she shared were disturbing, her face swollen and bloodied, looking like she'd been through hell. But here's where things get weird. Tamar couldn't explain how any of it happened. She claimed to have no memory of the incident, just that she went to bed normal and woke up fighting for her life.
Very hard. I love drama. What's the drama that I did? Somebody gotta tell me. What's the drama? All I know is I went to bed and I woke up and my life changed.
The timing was suspicious to many. Just hours before the incident, Tamar had been partying in Atlanta with friends, including internet personality Funky Dineva. This alarming situation unfolded shortly after she had been out celebrating with friends at a party in Atlanta. Security footage from earlier that night showed her looking completely fine, laughing and enjoying herself. So what happened between then and that bloody Sunday morning? That's the million-dollar question nobody seems to have an answer to. What made the situation even more bizarre was Tamar's response to the speculation. Instead of providing clarity about what happened, she seemed to embrace the mystery. She posted cryptic messages about not feeling safe anywhere, hinting at darker forces at play. The lack of concrete details had fans and critics alike wondering if there was more to this story than met the eye. But the real drama was just getting started. Funky Dineva, who had been with Tamar that night, was getting dragged through the mud online. People were speculating that he had something to do with Tamar's condition, with some even suggesting he might have hurt her. The accusations were flying fast and heavy, and Funky was watching his reputation get destroyed in real time.
Everybody, oh, that junkie was with her last night. I know he did something. That's why you gotta watch the friends you keep. He did. Somebody up there knows. At first, it was cute. It was just a few little comments. Big deal. I've weathered far worse storms. Then all of a sudden, it started growing legs. When I logged on to do my show, there was 7,000 people sitting in the hallway waiting. The entire chat said, Tamar, tell us what happened to Tamar. Tell us what you did to Tamar. Tamar, you know what we want to talk about. He want to talk about everything except Tamar.
When Funky finally couldn't take it anymore, he dropped a bombshell that changed everything. In a scathing video response, he didn't just defend himself, he went nuclear on Tamar. According to Funky, after they left the party together, they met up with other friends to continue the night. But he went home alone, and whatever happened to Tamar occurred after they parted ways. The shocking part? Funky claims he learned about Tamar's injuries the same way everyone else did, through social media. Here's where Funky's story gets really damaging. He revealed that when people started accusing him online, he reached out to Tamar directly, asking her to clear his name. Her response? She claimed to be confused, lost, and too injured to deal with the situation. But Funky wasn't buying it. He pointed out that if Tamar was too hurt and confused to defend him, how was she able to post detailed updates about her condition and even release a trailer for her new EP? Funky's accusations cut deep. He claimed the entire incident was a PR stunt gone wrong, and he was just collateral damage. According to him, Tamar had the energy to promote her music and generate sympathy for herself, but couldn't spare a single post to clear his name when he was being dragged online. The betrayal he felt was obvious, and his anger was justified. He had been a loyal friend, and in his moment of need, Tamar left him hanging. The timing of Tamar's EP announcement didn't help her case. Right in the middle of claiming she was too injured to function properly, she managed to release professional promotional content for Heartbreak Retrograde. The contrast was stark. One minute she's posting photos from a hospital bed, the next she's promoting new music featuring collaborations with various artists. For many people, this confirmed Funky's allegations about the whole thing being orchestrated for publicity. While this drama was unfolding, another scandal was brewing behind the scenes. Tamar's relationship with Jeremy J.R. Robinson was falling apart amid accusations of cheating and financial betrayal. What started as a fairy tale romance had turned into a nightmare of public accusations and bitter resentment. The Jeremy situation revealed a pattern that was becoming all too familiar with Tamar. The 47-year-old singer and her ex had a public falling out on social media after she heard he was with another woman. But this wasn't just about infidelity. Tamar was accusing JR of using her credit cards to finance his alleged affair with the 25-year-old woman. The financial aspect added another layer of betrayal that sent Tamar over the edge. JR's response was brutal. He didn't just deny the cheating allegations, he questioned Tamar's mental state entirely. Robinson called her delusional and emphasized that mental health is real, revealing he'd been single for 6 months. His public statement suggested that their relationship had been over much longer than Tamar was willing to admit, and that her version of events was disconnected from reality. The back and forth between Tamar and JR played out like a toxic soap opera on social media. Tamar would post screenshots and receipts trying to prove her accusations, while JR maintained his innocence and suggested she needed professional help. The whole situation highlighted a disturbing pattern of Tamar's relationships ending in public spectacles, filled with accusations and character assassination. But the Jeremy drama was nothing compared to the family secrets that were about to explode. During this same period, Tamar was fighting her sisters over whether to address a deeply troubling family scandal on their reality show. The issue centered around her niece, Ashley, who had revealed inappropriate behavior from a family member when she was just 16 years old. Ashley's story was heartbreaking and complex. She described how her stepmother and father discovered inappropriate text messages between her and her aunt's partner. Initially, the aunt was supportive and upset about what happened to Ashley, but as time passed, the family dynamic shifted in a disturbing way. Ashley revealed that her aunt eventually seemed to blame her for what happened, suggesting that she had somehow initiated or contributed to the inappropriate relationship. The family's response to Ashley's revelations exposed deep fractures in the Braxton family dynamic. Tamar had gone nuclear on her family following their collective return to WeTV with their new series, The Braxtons. She believed Ashley deserved a platform to share her truth, and that too much had already been swept under the rug. But her sisters disagreed, threatening to boycott filming if certain family members appeared on the show. This family conflict triggered another one of Tamar's public meltdowns. She took to social media with explosive posts about her family being toxic and engaging in gaslighting. Her deleted tweets revealed someone in deep emotional distress, talking about going back into treatment and praying that her marriage could be saved. The post painted a picture of someone feeling isolated and under attack from the people who should have been supporting her. What makes this pattern particularly concerning is how familiar it all sounds. This wasn't the first time Tamar had threatened to disappear from public life, claimed her family was toxic, or suggested she needed mental health treatment. Tamar had previously claimed that WeTV wasn't compensating them enough, and accused the network of creating problems within the Braxton family. The cycle of drama, breakdown, retreat, and comeback had become her signature move. The pattern was so predictable that many fans weren't taking her latest retirement seriously. When Tamar announced she was canceling her album and going back to her farm where nobody would hear from her again, the response was largely skeptical. People had seen this movie before, and they knew it didn't end with Tamar actually disappearing. It ended with her coming back with more drama and usually some new project to promote. But there was something different about this latest breakdown that had people genuinely concerned. The combination of the mysterious accident, the family conflicts, the relationship drama, and the erratic social media behavior suggested someone who might be in real psychological distress. Tamar was slamming critics for alleging that her recent stint in the hospital was faked for clout, but her defensive responses only fueled more speculation about her mental state. Adding fuel to the fire were persistent rumors about Tamar's involvement with other men during her relationships. Throughout her drama with Jeremy, there had been whispers about inappropriate relationships during music collaborations, particularly with an artist named Mandis. The timing of these rumors, alongside her relationship troubles and health scare, created a perfect storm of speculation about her personal life. The Mandis situation was particularly damaging because it suggested a pattern of Tamar using professional relationships as cover for personal ones. If the rumors were true, it would mean she was being dishonest not just with her romantic partners, but with her professional collaborators and her fans. The speculation around these alleged affairs added another layer to the narrative that Tamar was willing to manipulate any situation for her own benefit. What's most troubling about all these interconnected scandals is how they seem to feed into each other. The health scare generates sympathy and attention, which gets leveraged for music promotion. The music promotion creates opportunities for new relationships and collaborations. The relationships inevitably end in public drama, which generates more attention and sets up the next cycle. It's a pattern that's both fascinating and deeply concerning. Reports started surfacing that Tamar's family, particularly her sister Toni, were considering intervention measures. Braxton was attending counseling sessions in an attempt to mend things with her family, but sources suggested that the family was discussing more drastic steps. There were whispers about forced hospitalization and concerns about whether Tamar was properly medicated for whatever underlying mental health conditions she might be dealing with. The intervention rumors painted a picture of a family at their breaking point. After years of public drama, explosive social media posts, and relationship chaos, the people closest to Tamar were reportedly ready to take matters into their own hands. The fact that these discussions were happening suggested that what we were seeing publicly was just the tip of the iceberg in terms of Tamar's struggles. Friends and family members were reportedly expressing concerns about whether Tamar was over-medicated, under-medicated, or dealing with conditions that weren't being properly addressed. The erratic behavior, memory issues around the accident, and increasingly disconnected social media posts all pointed to someone who might not be getting the help they needed. The tragic irony was that Tamar's cries for help were getting lost in the noise of her own drama. What makes Tamar's situation particularly heartbreaking is how it illustrates the dark side of fame and social media culture. Every personal crisis becomes public content, every relationship becomes fodder for speculation, and every cry for help gets filtered through the lens of entertainment value. The 47-year-old is putting a pause on dating to protect her young son from another unsuccessful relationship, which suggests some level of self-awareness about the chaos in her personal life. The reality is that behind all the drama and speculation is a woman who seems to be struggling with some very real issues, whether it's untreated mental health conditions, the pressure of maintaining relevance in an unforgiving industry, or the toxic family dynamics she's been dealing with for years. Tamar appears to be someone who genuinely needs help. The question is whether she can get that help while continuing to live her life in the public eye. The pattern of crisis drama and comeback might be effective for generating attention and maintaining relevance, but it's clearly taking a toll on everyone involved. From Funky getting dragged into her mess, to Jeremy having his character assassinated, to her family being forced to make impossible choices about intervention, the collateral damage keeps growing. At some point, the cost of this cycle has to outweigh whatever benefits it provides. What happens next will likely determine whether this latest crisis becomes another chapter in Tamar's ongoing drama, or the moment when she finally gets the help she appears to need. The stakes feel higher this time, with family intervention on the table and genuine concerns about her mental health becoming harder to ignore. Whether Tamar can break the cycle and find a healthier way to deal with her issues remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: everyone watching hopes she finds a way to step back from the chaos and focus on healing. The entertainment value of her drama pales in comparison to the human cost of watching someone spiral in real time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss any of the celebrity gossip. Thanks for watching.